You're listening to Coast to Coast AM with Art Talk. Listeners west of the Rockies can call Art toll-free by dialing 1-800-618-8255. If you're east of the Rockies, the toll-free number is 800-825-5033. If you've never called Art before, you may use the first-time caller line at area code 702-727-1222. And the wild card line is area code 702-727-1295. When you get through, let it ring, and Art will answer your call in order on the air. This is the CDC Radio Network.
From the high desert and the great American Southwest, in darkness at this hour, I bid you good evening or good morning in more cases than not on Halloween. Across all these many time zones where it's not Halloween in the West, Hawaiian, Tahitian Island Thames, eastward to the Caribbean where Halloween's been underway for some time now. South into South America where it depends. North to the pole and worldwide where it really depends. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ghosts AM. Yes, it's that time of year again. And tonight, we will do what we do every year at this time. Now, what we do is tell ghost stories. So the following recommendation is for you. Turn down the lights. Better yet, turn them off. Turn the radio off as high as you can handle. Get ready. Because you're about to hear some very weird stuff. Now, let me tell you how we handle it. Number one, we don't take jokes. I'm about to make one. All we take on Ghost of the Ghost is serious, real ghost stories. Those of you who happened to hear the program with Brad Steiger last night, it will be, by the way, repeated over the weekend at some point if you didn't hear it. It was an excellent program. Brad is always a very good guest. And when I say real, I mean in the sense that it bit me in the butt last night. And boy, did it bite me in the butt last night. I can't recall at what time it was during the Steiger interview. But something happened here last night. And it may have been because of the discussion we were having. I suspect that. I suspect when you invite these things in the sense that you talk of them, they probably notice, particularly on an international program like this. At any rate, we were in the middle of discussing any number of ghostly type things. And at the end of one of my breaks, at the beginning, more likely, of one of my breaks, really, as I ran the bumper of music and prepared to get up and go into the other room, I removed my headsets. And I'm telling you right now, I've got a door, to my radio room here, what I call my shack, my radio room, and somebody sent me a little placard that came from a a ship that obviously at one time sailed the high seas, a real placard that says radio room that obviously was in place on the ship's radio room, and so I tacked that to my door long ago. And that is the only feature that adorns the outside of my radio room door. And as I removed my headphones and prepared to get up and turn around and go into the other room during the break, all of a sudden, and I'm going to simulate this for you, but there was a crash on my door. And I don't mean it was a knock. I don't mean it was a house settling sound. I don't mean that a jet somewhere broke the sound barrier and impacted the house. I mean there was a crash on my door. One so loud, so strong, that it would have, if I'd seen it, I didn't. It was just as I was turning around, one that would have buckled my door inward. Not in a horror sense of the movies where the door sort of turns into rubber and buckles inward, but I would have seen it probably. It was about this loud if I can simulate it. Like that. And I almost lost it. And then, of course, I was already on the way, so I turned around, I opened the door, like that. There was nothing. I was so concerned that I got a weapon and began to check the house. I went and woke my wife up. Did you do that? And, she got out of sleep and was probably annoyed that I had awakened her, so of course not. What are you talking about? I have three cats. One I suspect they had done something of that magnitude, and my 20-pounder might have thrown himself up against the door, but wrong. They, too, were all three asleep on the bed with my wife. Crowded. So, something hit my door last night hard. Really, really hard. I don't have any idea what it was, but I can tell you this. It was not nothing. It was something, and it scared the hell out of me. It really, really scared the hell out of me. This morning, somebody sent me something that I thought was genuinely funny. This is probably going to be the only funny thing that we do this night, because we tell serious little stories on post AM. But I felt that I had to read this to you. A vampire bat came flapping in from the night, covered in fresh blood, covered himself on the ceiling of the cave, and prepared to get some sleep. Pretty soon, all the other bats smelled the blood and began troubling him about where he got it. He told them to piss off and let him get some sleep. He persisted. Until finally he gave in. Like, okay, follow me, he said, and flew out of the cave with hundreds and hundreds of bats behind him. Down through the valley they went, across the river, into a forest of trees. Finally, he slowed down. All the other bats excitedly moved around him now. And he said, "Do you see that tree over there?" he asked. Yes, the bats all screamed in a frenzy. Good, said the first bat, because I, that thing, didn't. I thought back. What's the funniest thing? I wish I could tell it in true form, but you can't use those words on the air, so I got as close as I could get them. You get the idea. With fresh blood his own. Slammed right into that tree. Anyway, I couldn't resist. Alright, so what we do tonight again is tell real ghost stories, and I know a lot of you out there have real ghost stories. Perhaps I should have prepared you to do this. Now, here's the way I